All right, so you're getting ready for this battery test technician interview.
Yeah,
And let me tell you, that's exciting stuff.
it is.
We're talking about a field that's like shaping the future of energy.
Oh.
Electric cars, renewable power.
Mm-hmm.
And we are diving deep into RoleCatcher's resources today.
Yes, we are.
Their career guides, their interview prep, all that good
That
stuff
works.
to help you absolutely crush this interview.
That's the goal.
What's really cool about this role, I think,
Yeah,
is that it's not just about technical skills, right?
right.
It's about being a problem solver,
Absolutely.
a detective,
Yeah.
making sure that the batteries that we all rely on every day
Mm-hmm.
are safe and high performing.
You got it.
Okay, so RoleCatcher has this awesome list
Yeah,
of typical interview questions,
they do.
and we're going to walk through them,
Okay.
give you some insider tips on how to approach each one,
Nice.
and we'll sprinkle in some career insights from RoleCatcher's guides, too,
That's great.
to give you a broader perspective.
I like.
Ready to dive in.
Let's do it.
All right, first up,
Okay.
a classic.
Uh-huh.
Can you explain your experience with battery testing equipment?
Oh, okay.
Seems straightforward,
Yeah.
but how can you really make your answers stand out?
So you don't want to just rattle off like a list of equipment. Instead, tell a story.
Okay.
So maybe describe a challenging project
Mhm.
where you had to use a specific piece of equipment,
Yeah,
the obstacles you faced, how you overcame them.
I like that.
Did you have to adapt a testing procedure?
Mm.
Did you discover a more efficient way to analyze data?
Oh, interesting.
Those details demonstrate your problem-solving abilities
Yeah.
and make your experience come alive for the interviewer?
That's good stuff.
Yeah,
So it's all about showcasing your skills in action,
right.
not just saying them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And speaking of problem solving,
Okay.
RoleCatcher's guy also mentions that interviewers often ask about troubleshooting equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you tackle a question like, can you describe a time when you had to troubleshoot battery testing equipment?
So this is your chance to show off those detective skills.
Okay.
Have a clear step-by-step story ready to go.
Right.
What was the problem?
Mm-hmm.
How did you diagnose it?
Yeah.
What steps did you take to fix it?
Good stuff.
It's like walking them through your thought process.
Right.
Highlighting your ability to think logically and methodically
Mm-hmm.
under pressure.
Uh-huh.
And here's a pro tip.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to talk about what you learned from the experience.
Yeah.
Even if you made a mistake along the way,
Mm.
it shows that you're always learning and growing.
Oh, that's such a great point.
Yeah.
Owning your learning process can really impress those interviewers.
I think so.
Okay.
All right.
Shifting gears a bit, now let's talk about safety.
Okay.
RoleCatcher emphasizes the importance of battery safety procedures
Mm-hmm.
in their career guides.
Yes.
So how do you prepare for a question like,
Okay.
what is your experience with battery safety procedures?
Safety is like paramount in this role.
Right.
You need to demonstrate that you take it seriously.
For sure.
Don't just list procedures.
Okay.
Give specific examples of how you've implemented them in your previous work.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you spotted a potential hazard
Interesting.
and took action to prevent an accident.
Oh, wow.
Or perhaps you trained a new team member on proper handling techniques.
Yeah.
The key is to show them that you don't just know the rules, you live them.
We live them.
Yeah.
I could see how that kind of real-world example
Yeah.
would make a big impact.
Totally.
And RoleCatcher's career guide also mentions
Mm-hmm.
that there are different levels of responsibility when it comes to safety,
Right.
depending on your career stage.
Makes sense.
So for someone starting out,
Yeah.
it's about following procedures.
Uh-huh.
But as you progress, you might be developing those procedures
Right.
or even training others.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why it's important to understand
Mhm.
where you fit in that career progression.
Yeah.
And RoleCatcher's AI
Yes.
can actually help you tailor your answers to highlight the skills
Right?
that are most relevant
Mm.
for the specific job you're applying for.
Yeah.
It's like having a personalized interview coach.
It is.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So it's not about generic answers.
Right.
It's about showcasing the skills that align with the specific role.
Exactly.
Now let's move on to another crucial aspect
Right.
of the job organization.
Okay.
RoleCatcher mentions that interviewers often ask about prioritizing
Yeah.
and managing your workload.
Mm-hmm.
So how should you approach a question like,
Okay.
how do you prioritize and manage your workload
Right.
as a battery test technician?
So this is where you highlight your organizational skills
Okay,
and your ability to communicate effectively with your team.
got it.
Describe the systems you use to stay on top of things,
Mhm.
whether it's to-do lists,
Yeah.
project management tools, or even just a good old-fashioned notebook.
Okay.
But remember, it's not just about the tools. Right.
It's about how you use them.
Uh-huh.
Talk about how you set priorities, delegate tasks, keep everyone informed about your progress.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So it's about showing them that you're a pro at juggling multiple tasks.
Right.
Keeping everything running smoothly.
Exactly.
And this is another area where RoleCatcher's AI can be really helpful, right?
Absolutely.
Their AI can analyze your answers and provide feedback on how to make them even stronger.
Right.
For example,
Okay.
it might suggest adding specific examples of how you successfully managed complex projects in the past, which could really impress the interviewer.
It could.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's like having an extra set of eyes to help you refine your responses,
It is.
ensure you're putting your best foot forward.
Right.
Now let's talk about another key skill
Okay.
for battery test technicians.
Right.
Analyzing test results.
Yeah.
How do you approach a question like...
Can you describe a time when you had to analyze and interpret battery test results?
So this is your chance to shine as a data detective.
Right.
Walk them through a specific example where you analyzed data, identified trends or anomalies, drew meaningful conclusions, mention any software you're familiar with for data analysis and visualization.
Yeah.
And here's a key point.
Okay.
Don't just focus on the technical aspects.
Right.
Explain how your analysis led to a specific outcome. Maybe it helped improve a battery design or troubleshoot a production issue.
Interesting.
That's what really demonstrates the value of your skills.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's about showing them you can not only analyze the data, but use it to make a real impact.
Exactly.
And I imagine this is an area where having experience with specific software highlighted in RoleCatcher's Career Guide can be really beneficial.
Absolutely.
Mentioning your proficiency in industry standard software demonstrates your readiness for the role.
Right.
Aligns your skills with what employers are looking for.
Yeah.
And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can help you identify those keywords and tailor your resume and answers accordingly.
Exactly.
Okay, this is all incredibly helpful.
Good.
We've covered some key interview questions.
We have.
Starting to get a good sense of what interviewers are looking for in a battery test technician.
Yeah.
But before we move on to more interview prep,
Okay.
I want to touch on something
Right.
that RoleCatcher emphasizes in their career guides.
Okay.
The importance of staying up to date
Yes.
in this rapidly evolving field.
Right.
That's a crucial point.
It is.
Battery technology is constantly advancing,
It is.
and employers want to see that you're committed to continuous learning.
Absolutely.
So how do you prepare for a question like,
Right.
how do you stay up to date with the latest battery testing technologies and techniques?
That's a great question.
I'm eager to hear your insights on this.
Okay.
But first we need to take a quick break.
All right.
We'll be right back with more tips and strategies
That's good.
to help you ace that interview.
Yes. Welcome back. We were just about to talk about how to really show that commitment to continuous learning.
Right.
Super important in the world of battery tech.
It's not just about what you know right now.
No.
It's about showing them that you're a lifelong learner, always trying to stay ahead of the curve.
Yep.
So how do you nail that question? How do you stay up to date with all the latest battery testing technologies and techniques?
You gotta be specific, and showcase your genuine interest.
Right.
Mention any industry conferences, workshops that you've attended.
Yeah.
Maybe even a specific presentation or breakthrough that really stuck with you.
Interesting.
Talking about those journals and publications you follow shows you're dedicated to keeping your knowledge super sharp.
And don't forget those online communities.
Yeah.
Forums, LinkedIn groups, webinars.
All of it.
There's a whole world of battery tech enthusiasts out there sharing knowledge and insights. And mentioning that you're active in those shows, real passion.
It does.
Yeah.
And any courses or certifications.
Oh, yeah.
Especially anything related to new battery technologies.
Right.
That's a huge plus.
Nice.
Shows a proactive approach to professional development.
Yeah.
And employers really value that.
It's like you're saying, I'm not just here for a job.
Right.
I'm here to be a part of the future of this industry.
Exactly.
I love that.
And speaking of the future, RoleCatcher's Career Guide mentions some exciting trends.
Yeah.
Like the growing demand for technicians specializing in solid-state batteries.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is.
Solid-state batteries.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be safer and more efficient than the traditional lithium-ion batteries.
Right.
So how can someone position themselves for a role in that niche?
It goes back to continuous learning. Seek out online courses, research papers, even connect with experts on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Just demonstrating a basic understanding of that solid-state technology in your interview can make a big impression.
Makes sense.
Shows that you're forward-thinking and ready for those advancements.
So it's not just about keeping up with the present.
Nope.
It's about anticipating the future.
That's it.
Okay, so let's get back to those interview questions.
Right.
RoleCatcher highlights one that often trips people up.
Oh.
How do you ensure accurate test results when working with batteries?
Interesting.
Seems pretty simple.
Yeah.
But what are interviewers really looking for here?
They're assessing your attention to detail and how meticulous you are.
Yeah.
You want to emphasize your commitment to precision and highlight specific steps you take to minimize errors. Talk about calibrating equipment, double-checking calculations, and strictly adhering to testing protocols.
Gotcha. So it's like you're saying, I don't just go through the motions. I'm obsessed with accuracy.
Exactly.
I love that.
You could even mention a time when you caught a potential error.
Oh, yeah.
Because of that approach.
Okay.
Showcases your commitment to quality and reliability, which is super essential in battery testing.
And it ties back to safety, too, right?
Really.
Ensuring accurate test results directly impacts the safety and performance of the batteries that we use every day.
Okay.
Now, remember that question about troubleshooting we talked about?
Yeah.
Here's a potential follow-up question.
All right.
Have you ever encountered a situation where you couldn't solve a problem with the testing equipment?
That's a tough one.
It's almost like they're trying to catch you off guard.
Yeah.
What's the best way to handle that?
Honesty and a growth mindset are key.
Okay.
It's totally fine to admit you haven't encountered every problem.
Right.
The important thing is to show what you did when faced with the challenging situation. Okay.
So did you reach out to a colleague?
Maybe.
Consult technical manuals?
Could have.
Document the issue thoroughly for future reference.
Exactly. It's about showing your resourcefulness and your willingness to learn from others.
Yeah.
You could even say something like, while I wasn't able to solve this on my own, I took detailed notes and worked with my supervisor to find a solution.
I like it.
It was a valuable learning experience, and I now feel better equipped to handle similar situations in the future.
Oh, that's a great way to turn a potential negative into a positive.
It is.
Shows you're not afraid of challenges.
Right.
And that you're all about continuous improvement.
I like it.
Okay, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about teamwork.
Oh.
Remember that question about prioritizing your workload?
Yeah.
Interviewers often follow up with something like this.
Okay.
Can you describe a time when you had to work with a team to solve a complex battery testing problem?
All right. Teamwork.
The heart of any successful project.
It is.
Especially in a field like this.
For sure.
What's the key to answering this effectively?
Focus on your specific contributions to the team's success.
Okay.
Maybe you were responsible for analyzing data, or you were tasked with troubleshooting a component.
Okay. So it's about showing you understand collaboration.
Right.
And that you can contribute your skills and knowledge to that common goal.
Exactly. And here's a pro tip. Use the STAR method to structure your answer.
Right.
Situation, task, action, and result.
Got it.
Helps you tell a clear and concise story that highlights your role and the impact you made.
That's a good reminder. The STAR method is a classic for a reason.
It is.
Okay, let's tackle another question.
Right.
Can you explain your experience with battery performance testing?
Okay.
This one seems pretty technical.
Yeah.
What are the interviewers digging for here?
They're assessing your understanding of those key performance parameters.
Right.
Right. Capacity, voltage, charge, and discharge rates, energy efficiency.
Okay.
It's not just about knowing what the words mean.
Right.
It's about showing you can apply that knowledge in a practical setting.
Okay.
Talk about the specific tests you've done, the equipment, the data.
Yeah.
And here's the key.
Right.
Connect that to the real world.
Oh, okay. For example, you could say, in my previous role, I conducted performance tests on batteries for electric vehicles.
Right.
And by analyzing that data, I was able to identify trends in capacity fade.
Interesting.
And recommend ways to improve battery lifespan.
That's a great example.
So
it shows you understand the bigger picture, how your work impacts the performance and reliability of the products we use.
For sure.
That's every day.
And it highlights your problem-solving skills.
It does.
And your ability to use data to make improvements.
Yeah.
Now let's dive into a question that's a little more nuanced. Can you describe a time when you had to analyze battery test results to identify a potential safety issue.
Oh, this is where your analytical skills and attention to detail shine.
Right.
Walk them through a specific scenario.
Okay.
Where you saw something unusual in the data that raised a red flag.
Yeah.
Explain the steps you took to investigate and how your analysis led to finding that potential safety hazard.
So it's not just about crunching numbers.
No.
It's about understanding what those numbers mean.
Right.
And being able to spot potential problems before they get worse.
Exactly. And this ties back to safety. Your ability to analyze data and find those hazards is critical for making sure the products and the people using them are safe.
Okay, this is all incredibly insightful. We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
But there's one more area I want to touch on before we wrap things up.
All right.
The importance of handling and storing batteries properly. RoleCatcher's Career Guide really stresses.
Right.
This is a key part of the role.
Yes, it is.
So how do you approach a question? Like, what steps do you take to ensure that batteries are properly handled and stored?
This is where you show that you understand those best practices and your commitment to keeping those batteries in good shape.
It's about showing them that you don't just see these batteries as things to be tested, but as complex systems that need to be handled and stored carefully to make sure they perform well and are safe.
Exactly.
Okay.
Talk about your knowledge of things like temperature control, humidity ventilation, and avoiding damage during transportation.
Okay. You could even mention specific things you do. Like using insulated containers or grounding straps to prevent static discharge.
Good example.
Thanks.
And you can emphasize how your approach to handling and storage aligns with the overall goal of keeping those batteries safe and lasting a long time.
So it's all about connecting your actions to the bigger picture.
It is.
Now, before we move on to the final part of our deep dive, I want to go back to something you said earlier about RoleCatcher's AI.
Yes.
It's not just about answering questions.
No.
It's about tailoring your answers to the specific job.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit more about how their AI can help with that?
RoleCatcher's AI is like having a personal career coach.
Okay.
It analyzes job descriptions, finds the keywords and skills employers want, and helps you tailor your resume and answers to highlight those qualifications.
So it's not about being generic.
Nope.
It's about showing the skills and experience that are most relevant to the job you're after.
Exactly. And here's the best part.
Right.
Their AI also gives you feedback on your answers.
Oh, wow.
Helping you refine your responses to present yourself in the best possible light.
So it's like a mock interview with an expert who can give you pointers and offer some constructive criticism.
Exactly.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Sounds like a super valuable tool for anyone.
It is.
Getting ready for that battery test technician interview.
Right.
Now, the final part of our deep dive, we're going to explore all the exciting career paths that await you in this field.
It's a growing field for sure.
We'll look at the different stages,
right,
from trainee to senior technician.
Yeah.
And talk about the skills and experience you need to really reach your full potential.
Sounds good.
We'll also talk about how RoleCatcher's career guides and AI tools can help you on that journey.
We will.
To achieve your goals.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned. We'll be right back after a short break.
All right.
To explore all those exciting opportunities.
Can't wait.
Okay, we're back and ready to explore that career journey that
that
awaits you as a battery test technician.
It's going to be a good one.
RoleCatcher's career guide lays it all out.
It does.
It's like having a roadmap to success in this field.
Absolutely.
And what I think is so cool is that they break it down into these distinct stages.
They do?
Each with its own set of responsibilities and opportunities. It's not just about getting the job.
No.
It's about building a career.
Exactly.
So let's start at the very beginning.
Okay.
The battery test technician trainee.
All right.
What does that entry-level role entail?
So this is like your boot camp.
Okay.
You're learning the fundamentals.
Yeah.
Mastering those safety procedures. Assisting the more experienced technicians. Getting familiar with the equipment and the software.
Okay, so it's all about building that solid foundation.
Exactly.
RoleCatcher even provides a sample profile of that typical trainee.
They do.
Someone who's eager to learn, meticulous, and really passionate about battery tech.
Yep. That sounds like our listeners.
And that passion is key.
It is.
Employers want people who are genuinely excited about the field and want to contribute. So as you gain experience and proficiency, you move up to that junior battery test technician level.
Makes sense.
So what makes a junior technician different from a trainee?
You're taking on more independence.
Okay.
You'll be doing tests on your own.
Yeah.
Troubleshooting those minor equipment issues. Even working with senior techs.
Yeah.
To analyze those tougher batteries.
So you're not just following instructions anymore. Yeah. You're actually applying your knowledge.
You got it.
And your problem-solving skills.
Exactly.
For those real situations.
Right. And here's where communication and teamwork become even more important.
Makes sense.
RoleCatcher's profile for a junior technician highlights being able to communicate results.
Okay.
Collaborate with the team, and even mentor new trainees.
Nice. So you're becoming a more valuable asset.
Yes, you are.
And eventually, with dedication and expertise, you can reach that senior battery test technician level.
You're the leader now.
Wow.
Overseeing testing. Analyzing data to spot trends, implementing quality control measures, mentoring those junior technicians.
So you're shaping the future.
You are.
Of battery testing in your organization.
Exactly.
That sounds like a dream role.
It does.
For someone who's really into battery tech.
Yeah.
And wants to make a difference.
Yeah, sure.
And RoleCatcher's profile for that senior technician emphasizes things like strategic thinking, problem-solving leadership, skills that go way beyond just the technical side of the job.
Right, you're a decision maker, a mentor, driving innovation.
It's amazing to see that path laid out.
It is.
It gives you something to aim for. Yeah. A vision of what's possible.
Absolutely. And they don't just tell you about these stages.
Right.
They give you advice on how to get there.
Okay, so continuous learning is crucial.
It is.
Whether it's getting certifications, attending conferences, staying active in those online communities.
Yep, all of it.
They also talk about the importance of networking.
For sure.
Connecting with others in the field. Yep. Going to events. Building those relationships.
Right.
And here's a great tip from RoleCatcher.
Okay.
Create a portfolio of your work.
That's a good idea.
Document your projects. Highlight what you've achieved. Show off your expertise.
Yeah, it's a powerful way to stand out.
It is.
And show your value.
So it's not just about what's on your resume.
No.
It's about showing your passion.
Right.
And what you can do.
Exactly. And speaking of standing out.
Okay.
Remember RoleCatcher's AI?
Oh, yeah. Their secret weapon.
It can really help you tailor your resume and answers.
Yeah.
To those job descriptions.
Okay.
Making sure you're showing the skills they're looking for.
So it's like having a personal career coach.
It is.
Guiding you every step of the way.
All the way.
It's amazing how technology can help us.
It really is.
Reach our career goals. So what does all of this mean for you, our listener, who's getting ready for that interview?
Right. It means you're not just preparing for a job.
Okay.
You're starting an exciting journey.
I like that.
In a field that's shaping the future of energy.
And you use those resources from RoleCatcher.
Yes.
Their guides. Their AI tools to make your applications awesome. Ace those interviews and set yourself up for success.
Exactly.
And remember, this field is booming.
It is.
Electric vehicles, renewable energy, everything runs on batteries these days.
Pretty much.
The demand for skilled technicians is only going to go up.
It's a field with huge potential.
Yeah.
And the work you do has a real impact.
It does.
You're helping create a cleaner, more sustainable future.
So embrace that challenge. Stay curious.
Yes.
Never stop learning.
Keep going.
And go out there and make your mark on the world.
That's it for our deep dive into the world of battery test technicians.
We hope you found this episode insightful.
And inspiring.
And empowering.
Absolutely.
Remember, you have the power.
You do.
To shape your own career.
That's right.
Go charge into that future with confidence.
I like it.